2 of chapter 6 about similar polygons. So we're looking at similar figures, and so that's identified by this symbol, the tilde, which is to the left of the 1. See it like that, but it means similar. Okay, so when you're looking at different shapes and comparing them, they might not be the same. They have the same ratio of sides, or they have the same angles, but they're not the exact same, right? So they can have different side lengths, but they could have the same angles, therefore they would be similar. Or their side ratios could be the same, and that would make them similar. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Here's the first problem, dealing with similar polygons. So like I said, you're comparing the angles, and this means the angles are congruent. So this symbol right here is congruent. It means the angle measures are the same. Not the angles are the same, but their measures are the same. Okay, so we have a few different ways. So the angles all can be the same size, or the ratio between the sides are the same. Okay, so that's one way to write it, and then that's can be an extended proportion. And then we also have a scale factor, which is, I can't probably really see that very good. There you go, that's a bit better. A scale factor between the 3 sides, so they all equal each other, right? The ratios all equal each other, so they could be a scale factor. You can reduce that fraction, so like 5/2, so 5 to 2, so they have the same scale factor. All right, so this video will be a couple minutes longer just because I had explained that, but here's your first problem. We want to write these two triangles MNP and SRT and their corresponding congruent angles. So if these are similar, that means their angles are congruent. Okay, they have the same size angles. So M corresponds to S because they're in the same order. N corresponds to P. N to R because they're in the same middle spot. And then P and T correspond to each other because they're in the same spot. Okay, so that means angle M is congruent to, means their angles measures are the same, to S. I guess it should do the same colors. Angle N is angle R, has the same measure, so they are congruent. That's what congruence means, same measure. And then T and P, so P and T, angles are congruent. So those are the pairs of congruent angles. And then here's the second part. M to S, N to R, P to T. Now we want to do the extended proportion. Okay, so MN, I guess I should do the same color. MN and SR. Okay, so I write it as a ratio. MN, that'd be the distance from end to end over. M relates to S, so I need to put S underneath M, and N relates to R, so I need to put R underneath N. Okay, and now since I started with MN, this triangle, I had on top, then the next side also has to be on top. So NP, NP, then has to go with RT, RT, same order too. Okay, so NP has to correspond to RT. N goes with R, P goes with T. Okay, and then the last one, you can see here is MP or PM. So if I do PM, then I have to go with the corresponding P, which is T, so TS. And that's how we write our extended proportion. All right, so that's it. Sorry for the longer video. Hopefully it's still under 5 minutes, but here's an example. So you can draw this out if you want. It's 4 angles, so that means it's 4 sides, okay? And if I start with D on one side, I just go clockwise around. So D, then E, then F, then G, and then the next one will do the same. So D would start with H, right, corresponding. So H would be here, and then I would go clockwise. J, K, L. And that's how they match up. Then do the corresponding angles, and then do the proportions. All right, 4 proportions, 4 corresponding angles. There you go. Sorry for the longer video, but that is it. And we did just past 5 minutes, so under 6.